So in previous video пан Jerzy Hoffman говорить про своє бажання зняти фільм про історію України. So I must use English. I decided to make this video in English. So in previous video it was said that the director Pan Jerzy Hoffman said that he was so inspired after the book of Leonid Danilovich Kuchma that he decided to invite the scientist in the history and to make the film with good basis of knowledge and history of Ukraine, and I understand him. And I'm a thankful person, of course, but it is maybe not always possible to understand the details when the person communicates with historical documents if it is a person with a common level of intelligence. Let it be to explain my point of view in this way. But we are talking about the master, and Pan Jerzy Hoffman is not a common person who just decided to make a selfie or little video. It is a documental film with many thoughts, and it is a serious work as a director with his level in the industry of filmmaking. So I want to continue to listen to his forward. Let me.
Крізь віки. Зрозуміло, що з будь-якої подорожі мандрівник привозить свої власні враження. Я ділюся своїми.
So he says about the impressions as a traveler from the historical trip, and of course it is something like the words in his defense in front of the eyes and ears of, for example, citizens of Ukraine. First of all, because the title of the film and the plot of the film, it is a history of my country, Ukraine. Let us continue.
24 серпня 1991 року Верховна Рада УРСР проголосила незалежність України.
Okay, it is said that our legislative organ, which is the main in our country, Верховна Рада України, on the 24th of August in 1991 said about the independence of Ukraine as a state.
В географічному центрі Європи виникла нова держава з площею, яка дорівнює сукупній площі Німеччини і Великої Британії.
Such an interesting information that the territory of Ukraine was the same as Germany and Great Britain altogether. Why? Jerzy Hoffman decided to give this parallel. For example, as I remember when I was a pupil in a common school, we often heard information that the territory of Ukraine it is the same like the territory of France, something very uh, very near to this quantity of square kilometers. And now I have heard two other countries. And what is interesting in this situation that the author decided to talk about the territory of countries which are also the representatives of the G7. Why he decided to talk about these two countries, but not about the France, for example, and not about some other countries in Europe or somewhere on other continents. So he decided to use Germany and Great Britain, being a citizen of Poland.
Населенням понад 50 мільйонів.
And on that period, it was the information that there were about 50 million of people who lived in Ukraine. And I remember that on TV we also heard the quantity of us in Ukraine as we are so big country that there are more than 52 million of people in Ukraine. Нас 52 мільйони. I remember this quantity as idioma in our heads in that time, in that period. But Jerzy Hoffman decided to say not 52 million, but more than 50. Something like 2 million is not a quantity to say about. Let us continue.
1 грудня 1991 року було проведено референдум. Понад 90% тих, що взяли участь у ньому, проголосували за незалежність України.
Here it is also an interesting information as on the 1st of December in 1991 there was I don't remember the word referendum in English. So every person in Ukraine who had the right to take part in this selection of way in future, let us say about this in such a way, were asked whether they want to have the independent state. And the main quantity of these people, the citizens of Ukraine, said that they wanted to have the independent state. And it is not said so let us was held, and over 90% of voted for the independence of Ukraine. 90% of those who took part, but it is not said who exactly took part in this vote, referendum. Yeah? Yes. So let me say that yes to myself again, because I have thought about my parents. I don't know exactly whether they took part in this referendum. Frankly speaking, I don't remember this information. I don't remember that they were full of joy of having an independent state. Maybe on that step of on this on that let me explain this situation on this historical step in the development of our country. They had no another way to make this step. And as for me, frankly speaking, I think that it is a right decision to make an independent state of Ukraine. It is certainly clear for me now as it was clear for me before. But I understand that in such a detail, it is not so a truthful showing of the situation in Ukraine on this page of our history. So let us continue.
100% тих, що взяли участь у ньому, проголосували за незалежність України. Ми прилетіли в Україну в переддень 13-ї річниці незалежності.
So these are the views of the capital of Ukraine, the city of Kiev in Ukrainian. And the director of the film, Pan Jerzy Hoffman, says so the authors of the film say that they arrived in Ukraine on the eve of the 13th anniversary of independence, and let us calculate if it was in 1991 plus 10, it is 2001, so they were an interesting fact. 13th anniversary, so it is 2002. But he said that he has read the book of Leonid Kuchma in 2004. Okay, let us continue. But in the next video.